Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the third and final game of this best of 3 between AEON versus we, playing for the Dota 2 International East Qualifiers. I am your commentator once again, who goes by the name of Toshley, and we will be jumping right into this game. Of course, AEON secured themselves the victory for the first game, with we picking up the second, and who will come out victorious in the third, and thus move forward ahead in the tournament. We shall see. Of course, we're jumping into the picks and bans. AEON have first ban and first pick. As to what strategies they might choose, I have no clue. Actually, I have a good clue because this is a recast. I did this game yesterday and it was pretty bad, partially due to the fact that I was tired because DreamHack stayed up till 8 o'clock in the morning, and my casting as a result suffered greatly, and I got to do this game again because I have to finish the set, and I'm not uploading the video that I did the other day because it was just plain bad. Anyway, first ban coming out is that of Morphling. And what strategies? Well, I'd like to speculate, but I already know, so I guess it's kind of cheating. I suspect we is going to knock out any sort of early push strategies, because AEON's kinda destroyed them in the first game with it. And it would be wise for Team We to try and ban that out, and we can see it happening already. Nature's Prophet has been the first one to get banned out for Team We. Nature's Prophet, a solid pushing hero, especially towards the mid and later stages of the game with his treants and his ultimate. You can pop his ultimate off whenever it's off cooldown, and you'll push a lane back, because that's just how it works. It's very effective in that regard. The second ban coming in from Team AEON. And we're getting low in their time. We're going to start ticking away into their bonus time in a few moments. Now, as to what Team AEON want to get rid of for Team We, I honestly have no idea. What do Team AEON want to stop? Well, I don't think they suspect Team We of doing any early push strategies or any pushing strategies in general, because they've taken out the Nature's Prophet. Alright, next ban coming in is that of the Invoker. Now that could mean some signs. That could mean they just want to knock out the utility, or maybe they want to take out any heroes that are capable of draining mana and disabling. If you have a push strategy, Invoker is going to be a bit of an annoyance to deal with, because it can stop the whole group in its tracks with one tornado, and then you can EMP them, which will drain their mana. And you can't push as effectively if you don't have all the mana you need. Anyway, next ban that comes in is that of Lycan for Team We. Standard. With AEON having first pick, they would have picked Lycan if he didn't get banned out. Simple as that. The next ban is that of Chen, which make me think, well, maybe AEON's not going for a pushing strategy. I'm not sure why you would ban out Chen if you're going to try pushing, because Chen's really good at pushing. He grants a little bit of extra survivability with his global heal. His teleporting people back to base is always handy, and his ability to build a little army of creeps is brilliant for pushing, because it adds 3 extra creeps to the lane, which is vital because they're going to soak up tower damage that your team won't be soaking up. Anyway, the third and final ban for Team We in this first set of bans will be coming up next. And if they want to continue blocking out push strategies, I'm thinking Enchantress, because she's very good at that, especially in the early stages of the game. And we've already knocked out a handful of junglers, so why not knock out another jungler, another wood hero? But nope, it's going to be Sand King, so they want to deny the really good utility that comes from Sand King, that extra invisibility, which is just handy for escapability. But there's also the Burrow Strike, which acts as both a blink and a potential AoE stun, as well as his Epicenter, which just does ridiculous amounts of damage. And with Darkseid getting through the banning phase, he's no doubt going to be picked up. If Darkseid doesn't get banned, he'll probably get picked, because he's really good. First 2 picks coming in from Team We, that of Queen of Pain and Windrunner. Bit of utility there for Windrunner, as well as some AoE damage potential with the Queen of Pain. Of course, she has her Scream and her ulti, which is Sonic Wave, I believe? Sonic Scream, I'm not sure why. It's just not another Scream. It's essentially what it is. She yells and people take damage. Next 2 picks coming in for AEON. Beginning to get a bit low in time, might start ticking away into that bonus time. So I'm still thinking push strategies. Still thinking push. With the Darkseid, Darkseid is very good at pushing, as well as harassing anyone that's laning against him. Of course, Darkseid will be going in the solo lane, probably in what could be considered the death or suicide lane up at top. He'll solo that easy peasy, no problemo. But who else will they pick? Well, with someone going to be soloing a top lane, they're thinking they might want to pick a jungler, so they'll have a dual lane down at bottom or mid, or maybe they want to go with a tri-lane. We'll have to wait and see. Next pick is going to be Crystal Maiden and Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight's a very sort of, I like to call him late game, but he's got so much tankability that he would be great for pushing as well because it takes ages to kill him. And he has some nice stuns. Crystal Maiden's, of course, just overall really good. Earthshaker going to be the next pick. That's some more glorious AoE damage coming in from Team Wii. It's also early gank ability. That Fissure, you can cut someone off, prevent them from getting away, and you can kill them. And that Echo Slam, his ultimate, which you will get later in the game, is just so incredibly powerful when the team bunches up together. And now we will be stepping into the next set of bans. First ban coming up for Team AEON of the next final 4 bans. Who are they going to pick? Again, no clue. Sure, I casted this game before, but if I'm going to pretend that I haven't seen this game, and in that case, I have no clue what the next pick will be. Brewmaster. I guess they want to deny Team Wii more, not so much more AoE damage, but more team fight synergy, as it were. Because they've already got a lot of team fight synergy. Throwing a Brewmaster in the mix means they've got a very tanky hero, and that's sort of what they need. Echo Slam. Earthshaker's not that tanky. He can deal a lot of damage, but he's not particularly tanky, especially considering he normally plays a support role. So right now, AEON are banning out initiators. We banning out Pudge. You normally don't see Pudge in professional games. However, in that first game, Team AEON picked up a Pudge and they absolutely destroyed with him. So many good hooks coming in from that Pudge, and that Dismember is just a pain in the ass to deal with. Essentially a channeled stun which does a lot of damage and you cannot stop it. Maybe a Lincoln Sphere will break it, will stop it, but I know a BKB won't. It'll go straight through a BKB, and that's problematic. Because you get that Dismember on one of the key heroes that are designed to do lots of damage, such as Queen of Pain, such as Earthshaker, and it means bad news because they're going to die horribly. But the next man coming in is going to be that of Night Stalker. So I think they want to, because they have an Earthshaker who is very capable of trapping units in, very good at ganking and assisting ganks, as well as a Windrunner who has that Shackle, they want to deny them a really solid ganker that's capable of dishing out a lot of damage, especially when combined with a bit of assistance, such as stuns, which 2 out of 3 of Wii's current hero bring into the fray. Wii's next ban is going to be Enigma, so is that all the junglers taken out? No, Enchantress is still in the mix.
10 seconds.
So AEON are either, depends, do they want to have a tri-lane, or do they want to have a jungler, and then have a dual lane? Because Darkseer is going solo. If you pick a Darkseer, he's going to go solo in the suicide lane, because that's what he does best. Darkseer will always go solo. You want to get as many levels with him as possible, and he will destroy anyone that he goes up against because of that Iron Shell. It does ridiculous amounts of damage. Next pick is going to be Shadow Shaman. So you can guarantee we're not going to have any junglers here. We're going to have a tri-lane. I doubt we'll have 2 dual lanes. That just seems silly, to be honest. Could happen, though. Anyway, Shadow Shaman. It sort of solidifies a pushing strategy that AEON might be going for. But Shadow Shaman is just a good hero all around. He's got a Hex, which is a disable. He has another disable, which is a channeled stun. I believe at the maximum rank it lasts for something like 4.5 seconds. It's a really powerful stun. And then he has his wards, which can not only kill a solo hero outright if they get caught out of position, but they're great at pushing towers. And looking at what they've got right now, part of me thinks that they want to go for pushing. They've got DK, Dragon Knight, for all that tank ability. And they've got Darkseer, which can just destroy creep waves. And they've also banned out a good few utility heroes. Next pick is going to be Slardar. That's going to be their initiator without a shadow of a doubt. Slardar is just a great hero overall. The amplified damage will be really useful for taking down that Dragon Knight. Amplified damage basically decreases an enemy's armor, which means you do more damage. And armor is something that Dragon Knight has a lot of, so it will be incredibly useful. And of course, he also has that Crush, which is an AoE stun, essentially, which just gives them more teamfight capabilities. And the next final pick is going to be Death Prophet, which is another really strong pusher. She has that ultimate, her Banshees, which are just devastating to a tower. Absolutely devastating to a tower. And the next pick, of course, it has to be a pusher of some kind. Team AEON have so much pushing power, they absolutely need a counter push, because they don't really have any. None of these heroes here are that great pushers, except for Venomancer, so they absolutely need to pick up that Venomancer. And one thing I want to note is AEON don't have much team fight capability. They've got the vacuum. I mean, they've got some small AoE damage. They have the Hex and the Shackle coming from the Shadow Shaman from Rasta. I'm going to call him Rasta because it's shorter and it's easier to say. But that's about it. They don't... let's switch back to the directed camera. Sorry. I hate that. I hate it. The directed camera is awful, but... Why can't I move? There we go. Alright. I had my fingers on the wrong key. But anyway, as I was saying before, they don't have that much team fight capabilities. They don't have enough AoE damage. They don't have enough stuns. But if you take a look over at Team Wii, they've got an AoE stun from here. They've got all sorts of AoE damage coming from the Venomancer. They've got massive AoE damage coming from the Earthshaker, as well as a nice stun. And Queen of Pain can dish out incredible, copious, absolutely painful and brutal amounts of AoE damage. If they get in a team fight, Wii is going to win. Absolutely, they've got stuns and they've got damage. Team AEON have stuns, a couple of stuns, but they don't have much damage. In fact, they don't have any global stuns, I don't think. Unless you can... No, they've got slows, but no actual global stuns other than a silence. Not global stuns, AoE stuns. They've got single target stuns, but no AoE stuns. Which means... they're going to get stun locked. The whole team's going to get stun locked. They're not going to be able to stop the other team from stun locking them and doing loads of damage if they get in a team fight situation. Actually, in fact, Darkseer's vacuum counts as sort of a pseudo stun, I'd call that. And no early ganking going on. We're just returning, going straight into their lanes. Going to indeed have two dual lanes. Queen of Pain going in the middle with Slaughter being babysat by Venomancer, I'm going to assume. And Earthshaker and Windrunner. Curious combination. Well, not really. I mean, they've got good... I mean, in terms of their roles, they're both typically support heroes. So is it a bit strange to put two supports next to each other? Yes, but I'm going to guess that these two will be taking their time to roam to the bottom whenever potential ganks could come into play. Because Earthshaker's Fissure, combined with Windrunner's Shackle, means death to anyone that gets caught by it. And a bit of counter warding going on already in the game, as well as a bit of early damage to this poor Venomancer. It looks like we're going to get the first blood being taken up. Maybe not. Venomancer oh so low in health, only about 50 HP, but pops off the healing salve and will be A-okay. That's not a good situation to be in. Putting the Iron Shell on the Queen of Pain, it's a good way of getting creep kills. Not so great at denying all of that delicious damage that you want to deal to the person that you're laning against. But then again, Queen of Pain is ranged. She doesn't really have to worry about getting close to the creeps. That is an awfully daring Windrunner, but here is an Earthshaker that is just waiting for the right opportunity to get a nice Fissure off and secure first blood. I'm going to guess we're going to wait until they move a bit closer and then Fissure along here, trap at least one person in, and someone's going to die horribly. And let's see how it plays out. They're getting awfully close, definitely trying to bait them in there. Earthshaker looks like he's going to move in to try and get a gank. Venomous Gale going down, but just barely misses. A Fissure that's not really that great. A couple of right clicks on the Crystal Maiden, but they will successfully all escape. I would have waited a bit more until they were closer. In fact, I would have made sure that Earthshaker engaged first instead of the Venomancer engaging with the Venomous Gale, which did miss, I should add. And there's a double damage up top, which is going to be secured by the Crystal Maiden. And a nice little Fissure going down, blocking off the Dragon Knight, stunned there by the Dragon Knight, the poor Slaughter did get. But followed by a Crush, and there is first blood secured by the Venomancer, curiously enough. I don't think that was intended. I really don't think Venomancer needs that much feed. But then again, maybe he does, because Venomancer's the only one that can counter push. He's the only one that's got the same pushing power as like 3 of AEON members have. AEON team character heroes have. So they're probably giving him the feeds so he can do that pushing and counter push, because if he can't, then they're going to lose all their towers. AEON's entire strategy is pretty much getting to level 6 and then winning, pretty much. Because once they get their ultimates, once Death Prophet getting awfully low actually, using out a Tango charge, getting off the crit swarm. Windrunner gets finished off there by Rasta, but it might pay as a result. The Death Prophet is so low. Shackle going down there on the Earthshaker. Will it be enough? Not much damage being dealt to the Earthshaker, but he can't turn around and get the kill on the Death Prophet. But that shock does a lot of damage to the Earthshaker. Is that what it's called? It's called Shackle, right? Yes, it's called Shackle. You see, Windrunner's ability is called Shackle. It might get a bit confusing, but we'll have to deal with that, won't we? Like I was saying, if we look at their ultimates, once Death Prophet gets to 6, once Rasta gets to 6, damage will start being dealt to the towers. And it will be a lot of damage. But if they don't do the damage that they need to deal with their team composition... Oh, Frostbite going down, followed by a Crush to stop the Dragon Knight in his tracks, so securing, probably getting Slaughter to safety right there if it weren't for that Crush. But back to what I was saying... If they don't do the damage that they need to deal in those early stages of the game, once they all get around level 6 to 10, they will fall off. Because we have a very well-balanced team, and once they get all of their skills, they'll start destroying, absolutely destroying anyone that gets near them. And it will be bad things for AEON. Be very bad things for AEON. With Venomancer picking up a nice, delicious, tasty invisibility rune, however, they are well aware of this and plop down a sentry almost immediately. And he gets auto-attacked there by the creeps, which tells him that they have a sentry ward and he can't do any scouting, nor can he help out with any ganks. Which is unfortunate, and he may as well just continue back to harassing and last hitting, because there's not much he can do. And Windrunner better be awfully careful. There is a Rasta that wants to try and cut her off, and she's moving a bit too forward for her own good. Shackle is no doubt going to go down on the poor Windrunner. Here comes the shock, here comes the Shackle. Crit Storm, there's the Shackle, and there's a dead Windrunner. And a Silence just to add a little bit to the mix so she can't Windrun away, followed by a Hex. And no hope for her at all, while the Venomancer gets a couple of right clicks there from the Crystal Maiden, but she should overall be okay. He, rather, should be pretty much A-okay. And Earthshaker, is he pulling the creep camp, or does he want to assist out in a gank over at the middle lane? He might run into a not-so-happy Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden's always not so happy because she dies if you blow on her too hard. She's very, very squishy unless you pick up a Bracer. This could have been a bad encounter for that Crystal Maiden, but it seems she was lucky. Earthshaker waiting on the sidelines, wants the Dragon Knight to move a little bit further ahead. And the Crystal Maiden is oh so close. Can they see? I think they may have saw her walk over there with the ward placement right here. Incorrectly named Necronomicon Archer. And I think she has indeed been spotted, and Earthshaker is going to move in and attempt to go for a Fissure. This is definitely not a good situation for her to be in. Could have gotten the Courier as well. Slaughter coming in to assist with the gank. Just going to get that Fissure off, but not going to go for the gank. Earthshaker, of course, not capable of dealing the amount of damage that he needs to deal in order to pick off the gank. He's just there to stop them from moving away. However, he is moving over to the top lane, and the Darkseer is still oh so foolishly moving himself forward. This could be bad tidings. Be very bad tidings. Waiting for the position, waiting for the Darkseer to move a little bit closer like it is right now. Fish is about to go down. Is that enough? Is there a gap there? There is a gap there, and the Darkseer is going to pop up the haste and run away. Or he's going to run back. No, he's fine. He's fine. But over in the middle lane, they're sort of closing in, but nothing was happening. I thought interesting things were about to happen judging from the minimap, but it seems that is not the case. As these were all settling down, XP and gold should be fairly even, actually. Gold slightly in favor of the Dire, but XP considerably in favor for the Radiant. I'm guessing they're doing a better job at farming, considering they have... Oh no, they're both pulling creep camps. So I really don't know what to say. I guess they're just doing a better job at last hitting, which seems to be the case. Nice 35 last hits there for the Death Prophet. Actually, they've got a nice amount of last hits too, Team Wii, so I can't really explain the XP differential. But then again, the XP differential is not that great. Is someone going to get caught out of position? No, they're both part of the same. Actually, a Windrunner. Nah, she's fine. She's fine. And then right now, I'm going to do a little bit of early pushing because Venomancer is, of course, very good at that. Go from the top, back and going down there on the Queen of Pain, who's oh so low in health. Followed by a nice Scream and another Scream.
As was meant.
and manages to pick up a kill there on the Crystal Maiden. Unfortunately, Earthshaker can't try and secure another kill on the Darkseer. However, the Slardar can, followed by the Crush. He doesn't care that he's taking damage from the Ion Shell. He's just going to bash down and right-click his way to victory. Vacuum goes down, of course, not enough, and Slardar securing himself a kill there on the Darkseer. That engagement definitely went well for Team Wii, trading 1 for 2. 1 for 2. One of them being the oh-so-powerful and incredibly dangerous Darkseer, and every time you get a kill on him, it is always a good thing. And I think this is how I can tell that I'm doing a good job at commentating, because my throat's already feeling dry. Actually, Death Prophet already having her ulti, as well as Rasa. Actually, Rasa does not just yet, but is about to with a couple more creeps slain. And as soon as he picks up that ulti, that's going to mean certain death for this tower. The Slardar coming in from the behind, popping off a nice crush, getting the both of them and trapping them near the tower. The ward's trapping the Slardar in with a shackle going down there from the Rasta, and the Slardar absolutely falls, but the Venomancer comes in and picks up a double kill there. Or did someone else get the other kill? I'm not sure. Maybe the tower. I think the Windrunner picked up the other kill, but nevertheless. Trading 1 for 2 once again. And is this tower going to get picked off? No, it's on La. It's got plenty of HPs. And Crystal Maiden's hiding in the sidelines, wants to possibly pick up someone, at least alert them, because here's the thing, Crystal Maiden will die. And it looks like Crystal Maiden and Earthshaker have met each other oh so nicely. Do either of them want to engage? Not really. Fisher, followed by Crystal Maiden, Queen of Pain blinking in, doing a nice bit of damage to the Crystal Maiden. She has got the Shadow Poison on her, and she is not escaping. Going to turn around, do as much damage as she possibly can before she dies to the poison. And Slardar is also daring, getting hit by Rasta's Shock and taking a nice amount of damage, actually. It's called Shock, right? Evershock, yes indeed. I'm getting the names right. Hooray!
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
So this is when all the pushing is going to happen. I should have noted this earlier, but Death Prophet has her ultimate, and Rasta has his ultimate. And this means death to towers. One of these ultimates will already do a lot of damage to the tower, but two of them combined, that basically means that the Team Wii can't really do much to stop it. Because dealing with the Banshees or wards is a pain in the ass enough. Dealing with both at the same time means death. And they're going to have to sacrifice several towers. In fact, the tower's already gone down. I'm pretty sure this one was denied. Yes, indeed. Venomancer denying a tower there from the Team AEON. Which is, of course, good. Tower denies are always good. However, I have a feeling this top tower might not get denied. It's not looking good if they continue to push it in the way that they are. Death Prophet's ulti getting popped off, and Rasta's wards are no doubt going to follow. A little bit of damage being dealt there for the Queen of Pain, but they're mostly focusing on the tower as that's all that they want. I heard a crush dance go down. Where's going on? Chasing after the Crystal Maiden, who's simply baiting them out of the way, and the Team AEON will secure themselves their first tower of the game. Sacrificing it for a Crystal Maiden that seems like there's no hope for her at all. Fish going down to secure that kill. Vacuum, trying to vacuum him up to the ledge where all the damage is being dealt, but unfortunately, it was just the tiniest bit off. But in the meanwhile, they actually took a tower down here at the bottom. Venomancer and Windrunner did. The fortification going down as well as teleporting in, but it's not going to be enough. Windrunner's going to simply Windrun out of there and be A-okay with Venomancer making an escape through the jungle. And putting down a ward to make sure he has no pursuers. There was something I was going to say, but I actually completely forgot, which is a bit silly of me. Vacuum going down there on the Queen of Pain, pops off a scream, and pretty much walks away. It's a bit of a waste of mana, to be honest. It didn't do much damage, and Windrunner can just blink away from any bad tidings that she gets herself into. Also, someone died recently. Someone got killed. Rasta got killed. Missed that. Oh well. It happens. It's something that we're simply going to have to deal with. I'm trying to remember what I was going to say. It was important to something, but I've completely forgotten, so I'm sure it'll come to me in a few moments' time. But one thing I must say is, here's how I know I'm doing good with this commentatory compared to yesterday's commentating I did of this game. My throat's dry. In the last game, I didn't drink any water at all throughout the duration of it, and that means I'm not yelling enough. And there's this sort of probably mathematical formula that you could write out that says that the more you yell, the better it is. However, there is a fall-off point where if you yell too much, it just becomes annoying. And they want to take this bottom tower, but it oh no, doesn't get. I thought it was going to get denied, but it did not indeed. So many wards being placed down there by the Venomancer. He's doing what he needs to do, is help making it a little bit more difficult for them to push. However, in the meantime, he is giving them gold. Earthshaker wants to try and get in position for a Fissure for anyone that moves a bit too close, but I think the Team AEON know that they've done the damage that they need to deal, and they're just going to back off, recuperate, pop off their mana. Actually, they're popping off a Dust of Deceit. They're hoping that they're going to pursue, but they are not. They are just... Team We seem to be farming for the most part, which is probably what they need to do. The thing about Team AEON's composition is it will fall off towards the later stages of the game. And if they just defend their towers and farm, then AEON are going to have some problems rather. And with Slaughter securing himself a double damage over in the bottle, things might get very nasty for this Darkseer over here. He has that haste, but I don't think it'll be enough because he is very low on mana. And I think he spots the Slaughter moving in, or someone has alerted him to his presence. But oh, the other team is here. All of a sudden, Hex going down there on the Queen of Pain with a silence, so she can't blink away, and the Shackle is just there to secure the kill. And Slaughter is now gone from the ganker to the person who could potentially be getting ganked. And he's going to TP out of there. Before it's a vacuum, going to get him. Oh, just barely misses. Oh, lucky tidings there for that oh so lucky Slaughter. And once again, here's the pushing power of Team AEON being displayed, the early pushing power that they can pull off. Wards going down, which are actually getting taken down in very quick and efficient manner, which is giving them a bit of free gold. They should have waited till Death Prophet's ulti was off cooldown, which would have created a little bit of pandemonium. But I'm missing a team fight going down here in the bottom. Someone just died horribly. Crystal Maiden just died. That's fairly standard. Double damage being, I mean, not double damage. Amplified damage being dealt down, Poison Nova going out with a Hex, but it's popped off that double damage, Shackle, but it does not connect, and now they're trying to pick up that Venomancer who's also low in health, taking so much damage from the Banshees. The Crush went down that finished off that Raster in oh so efficient manner. The Death Prophet's oh so low, blinks in, does a nice bit of damage, nice silence, but it's not enough. One more right click that came from the Slaughter, and it picked up the kill. Trading 1 for 3, they're doing an awful good job with the trading as of right now, but someone else is running. I heard a Shackle go off, but it quite clearly did not connect. Almost securing a 4th kill right there. That was a good defense of that tower, as a matter of fact. The one thing I was going to say is they should have waited till Death Prophet's ulti was off cooldown. They popped Raster's wards, and then Raster's wards were all killed before Death Prophet could use her ultimate. Why is that bad? Because you combine the two together, it's a real pain in the ass to deal with, because you'll be taking constant damage from the Banshees, and you actually can't stop the Banshees. You cannot stop them from attacking you, so it's an absolute nightmare to deal with. So much damage is being dealt, and you can't really stop it. You have to sacrifice a tower, and if you had the wards there, it basically meant that the tower would go down faster. That's what the wards are. Wards are for the damage, the Banshees are to get pretty much scare everyone off. And Team We are getting a nice bit of farm, and I like what they're doing now. Despite the fact that they took down most of Team AEON, they're not pushing, they're just sitting back and farming. And that's exactly what they need to do, because Team AEON is all about early damage and early pushing. This will fall off towards later stages of the game. And if we can just get enough farm, they will destroy AEON simply due to the fact that their heroes are better towards late game, while AEON's are more early game focused. And Darkseer might be getting a bit of free farm from the wards, but he is holding him off, which is exactly what they want to do. It seems they want to do a push, or do they want to push into the jungle and possibly get up a gank? Probably not. They don't really want to focus on ganks too much, but someone might get caught out of position. But it seems the Earthshaker's game sense is just too good for them. They're waiting in the jungle, waiting for the next person to oh so foolishly venture into the jungle, but I don't think it's going to happen. Is that a power shot? He just randomly took damage. Oh, he used a soul ring, right. And no ganking is going to happen here, but there's still a very dangerous force of Team AEON that is lurking around in the jungle. They might pick off the next rogue member of Team We that ventures into there. We shall see. Teamfight going down, he gets fissured, getting crushed with the amplified damage, dealing massive amount of damage. Shackle doesn't latch, but it isn't necessary at all. Scream going down, but gets hexed as well, so it can't do any more further damage. And we're just going to sort of defuse, but they really want to pick up that Death Prophet. Raster's wards going down, doing a nice bit of damage. Shock doing massive damage, and an Echo Slam with a nice Shackle there on the Death Prophet and the Dragon Knight. Oh so low in health. Death Prophet falls, and the Queen of Pain just is one scream away from securing a death there on the Dragon Knight, and it will happen. It's Queen of Pain picking up a nice, glorious double kill and a killing spree. And Crystal Maiden could not get away from that, and that is an entire team kill, trading 1 kill for the whole team. 1 death for the entire team of AEON. And this is exactly what we need. Now they're getting the farm they need to start doing massive amounts of damage. And this is what I was talking about before, the massive teamfight potential that Team We have. AEON doesn't have any. They don't have any team synergy. They've got some single target stuns, but no massive teamfight capabilities. Meanwhile, we've got Earthshaker who has a Fissure, has some AoE damage, has an Echo Slam which does massive damage. We have Venomancer who has loads and loads of high damage, and Windrunner getting caught in a not so great situation, but a mech charge will go off and a Fissure will prevent any further pursuing of the Windrunner, and she will escape A-OK. But Team We have so much teamfight capability and so much teamfight synergy, as well as a good amount of single target stuns, single target disables. Windrunner's going to disconnect momentarily, since we're having some problem at whatever LAN cafe Team We happens to be at. But AEON are getting in a not so great situation because they can't engage in team fights. They simply, their team composition just doesn't work. And it seems Windrunner has reconnected to the game, and we will be hopefully resuming in the next few moments. In the meantime, I shall drink some fluids. Delicious. Anyway, resuming has happened, and we are jumped back into the game, where Team AEON are once again pushing the middle lane, as they most definitely need to do. And not much to say right now. Earthshaker hiding in the sidelines. They need to come here and defend this tower, and they most certainly will in the next few moments. I like the combination of Vacuum followed by the Crypt Swarm. Nice bit of making sure all the creeps are there to do some damage. Earthshaker coming in from the sidelines. Wants to possibly get a nice Fissure off to block them in, but a silence goes down on the Windrunner to prevent the shackle. Here comes the Earthshaker, but it gets a Hex before the Fissure can go off. Meanwhile, a lot of AoE damage being dealt. Shackle going down on the Earthshaker to stop him from pursuing anymore. And the Crystal Maiden will fall alongside the Death Prophet. Will they pick up that Rasta? They will not. Rasta pops off his wards and will successfully run away, which gives them a little bit of free farm. So, bit of a... In fact, you get a lot of money from those wards, don't you? It could have been better. He should have just tried to run away, but he would have died, actually, so... It's a bit of a catch-22 there. You give them farm, but you escape. Well, yeah. And escaping actually is probably better than being dead. And the Team We are going to secure themselves their first tower of the game. In fact, actually it's their second tower. In the meantime, they're going to move over into AEON's jungle, place down a ward so they have a nice bit of vision there. And what's the next step? Roshan? Roshan seems like a good thing to do right now. Getting an Aegis of Immortality on the Slaughter would be fantastic. And Team AEON aren't really in a position to stop them because they have no team fight capabilities. No team fight capabilities at all. I suspect the next items that will be coming up for a couple of these heroes. Windrunner already has those mech and the phase boots for escapability and heal. Slaughter will probably work his way towards a BKB so he cannot get stun locked. Because while AEON doesn't have that much teamfight presence, they do have the disables, and quite a lot of them. And we saw before, Earthshaker getting disabled and unable to jump in and do massive amounts of damage with a Fissure and an Echo Slam. We saw Queen of Pain getting silenced. If you get a BKB, you don't have to worry about those things anymore. But as for items over on the AEON side, they don't have that much. Dragon Knight looks like he's working his way towards a BKB. Shadow Shaman, Rasta has nothing. Death Prophet getting Aghanims maybe? Is this affected by Aghanims? No, it's not. Not sure what she's working her way towards, but I'm sure it's useful. And Darkseer definitely has a nice amount of items. He has that Cloak of Defiance, Hood of Defiance rather, which gives him a bit of extra survivability, as well as blocks out some spell damage, which is incredibly useful because most of Team Wee's damage is all in spell damage. Now we've popped off the Smoke of Deceit, going to be going in for a gank, but a ward's been placed down and the Crystal Maiden has been caught out of position. Blink going down, Shackle, but it doesn't latch, it doesn't really matter. Crystal Maiden knows she's dead, she's just doing as much damage as she possibly can before she dies. And now that Team We know, Team AEON know that Team We are there, it might not be wise to pursue with these potential ganks. Sure, they'll win any... Actually, it probably is wise because they'll win every single team fight they run into. So it doesn't matter at all. And it looks like we're going to have a split push here. Death Prophet just going to get a little bit of farm and then push this top lane with the DK pushing the middle lane over here. And Darkseer's just going to farm. Which is understandable. But we're going to have a big push on this bottom lane, and if AEON doesn't retreat from that top lane and that middle lane, they're going to lose this bottom tower and possibly a Rax. Or we're actually going to pull up. No, they're going to defend their top tower, which is probably better. They should be focusing more on defending rather than attacking, because that's all they need to do. AEON need to attack. If AEON absolutely need to attack to win. Team We don't. Team We just need to defend. If they defend, they will win. AEON, however, as I just said a few moments ago, if they want to win, they have to attack, and they have to continue attacking because their entire team composition is about pushing, and pushing as hard as possible. Dragon Knight getting caught way out of position, so far away from reinforcements. And look at how much damage he can take. But what the hell was that? Oh my lord, vacuum up onto the ledge. That's not allowed. That's not legit. That's something that's just going to have to be dealt with. Power Shot picking up the last kill there for the Dragon Knight, and they are going to get revenge on their Darkseer, who gets shackled to a tree and taken down in quick, short, efficient, and oh so effective manner. And is that a dust? The Dust of Deceit has indeed been used, and I think we're all going to teleport back. So the best thing about that engagement is they took down Team AEON's two biggest members, essentially. The people that are going to be a nuisance to deal with. And that is the Dragon Knight and the Darkseer. The Darkseer, both incredibly tanky heroes, both capable of dishing out a lot of damage. And since they took them out, they are not only denying them farm, which will help them in the later stages of the game because they won't be as powerful as they could potentially be, but they just kill them. It's good. It's fantastic. And it looks like we're going to be pushing this top lane, or at least killing the creep waves and getting a nice bit of farm and putting a little bit of pressure on AEON's top tower, which is actually still there. So they might actually just push this lane and take down that tower, because why not? It gets them a nice bit of gold. And since, yeah, working towards a BKB, I'm going to assume for Queen of Pain. And, oh, Queen of Pain already has the BKB. When did that happen? The BKB, I don't know, but she has a BKB, and that's all that matters right now. Slaughter having a nice amount of gold, he's not going to be too far away from his BKB either, and this tower is probably going to give him that BKB that he needs.
Radiant's top tower is under
Gem of True Sight there for the Windrunner. They don't have any characters, any invis heroes, but counter warding, which is always useful. Map control is fantastic.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Fortification going down, not going to be enough. Queen of Pain's going to stand by and get the kill on that tower, but over in the mid, there is a lot of damage being dealt, and the Dire's middle tower will follow, and they will pop off a Smoke of Deceit and retreat. But a Fish is going to catch three of them off guard with a shackle to the Dragon Knight there on the Darkseer. Power Shot's going to follow through. Unfortunately, they weren't really able to take advantage of the shackle there because everyone was out of position.
Radiant's top tower has
Amplified damage going down the Dragon Knight, followed by a crush, but Dragon Knight's just so tanky, and so is the Darkseer. It just doesn't matter. However, the Darkseer is not going to get away from this engagement. Even though the shackle didn't latch, it still got the kill. That fight could have gone. They were a bit out of position. That was such an incredibly good shackle there, getting the Darkseer and the Dragon Knight, but again, they weren't really in any position to just run in there and do damage. And Death Prophet securing herself a BKB. That's, I don't know, I think that's a little curious. I would have thought Death Prophet, I don't think stuns are her enemy right now, because her ultimate doesn't, you just pop it off and it does damage, I guess. Oh, okay, well I won't question it, professional teams and all. I'm just some guy that hasn't actually played that many games of Dota, because I prefer to watch it rather than play. It's still fun. Nevertheless, we should be focusing on the game. Queen of Pain, as I've said before, has that glorious BKB, and Slaughter has 2,700 gold, 2,800 gold as a matter of fact. He easily should have enough for that BKB. He's definitely closing in on it. In fact, yes, he does have enough for the BKB. As to why he hasn't picked it up, I'm guessing he's still deciding what he wants. He doesn't need to worry about dying and losing gold, because he has that Aegis. And that Aegis means that he's not going to lose gold the next time he dies. Chances are, if he dies... Oh no, there we go, just purchased the BKB just then. Never mind, definitely going for a BKB. But he actually didn't have the gold. I thought he did, but over in the middle lane, some bad tidings are happening. Team AEON going for a push that they absolutely need to do, because Team We are getting a bit too far ahead on farm. If AEON don't do the pushing that they need to do, bad things will happen. Let's take a look at the XP gold a bit after the engagement. Mech's pipe going off, followed by the wall, ultimates, Raster's wards, and lots of damage being dealt. Nice Fish cutting him off. Slaughter blinks in, pops on the BKB, does a nice amount of damage. Nice crush, as well as Queen of Pain's BKB. Lots of AoE damage being dealt right there. And People are kind of dying. Venomancer gets taken down as well as the Slaughter, but he has that Aegis of Immortality. He will come back and do oh so much damage. Dragonite oh so low. So many people very low in health. Dragonite's going to get taken down and followed by the Darkseers. No escape for her. Negative Rune Charge going down. The Death Prophet is going to fall in a few moments, and now it's Darkseers' turn to run away unless he doesn't want to give Team Wii a glorious 5 kills for 2. He vacuums them all up to the ledge. What the hell was that? Slaughter blinks down. He really wants that kill. Puts the Amplify damage on there and is going to get the Crush. Crush going down. No escape for you, Darkseer. 5 kills for 2 deaths. And Team AEON are absolutely doing what they need to do. They're pushing. However, the problem is that they're not succeeding in these pushes, which are giving Team Wii loads and loads of farm. If we take a look over at the XP, 15,000, a bit more than that. In fact, probably more like 16,000 XP lead for Team Wii. And looking at the gold, 10,000 gold leads. So they're a bit behind. And AEON are actually doing the only thing that they can do. They can't farm because, one, we will just out-farm them. We, despite being ahead, haven't bothered attacking. They're just sitting back and farming because that's what they should be doing. So AEON can't farm because they get out-farmed, reason 1. And 2, AEON's team doesn't get better with farm. I mean, it does, but Wii's team gets significantly better with farm, and AEON's team sort of hits a point, and then it stops getting... I mean, it'll get better, of course, it'll get more items, get more stats, but there's an advantage at this certain point in the game where they're significantly better than the other team, and that's where we saw all of that pushing. That's around the levels between 6 and 8, well 6 and 10 more, but we're a bit beyond that, as we can see. And it looks like they are once again going to unify over in the middle lane and push it, because they have to get a Rax. If they want a chance of winning this game, they have to take down this tower, and they have to take down a melee barracks at least. I thought this was hang on a second, I just have to check something momentarily. No, they're not named correctly. I thought the creeps may have been named correctly in this replay. They're not. You can see that, well, I guess some of them are, and some of them aren't. Mech's Pipe going down. And the next engagement going on, Shackle, but it doesn't latch to anyone. Death Prophet popping up her ulti, as well as the Poison over there. Slaughter jumps in, it's going to get taken down. So low in health, 13 HP, but he is going to escape with that BKB and Mech, Pipe rather. And the Venomancer will fall once again, but they receive no casualties and have taken 2 kills. And I heard a Shackle. Death Prophet getting shackled to a creep is going to help them escape oh so slightly. And that's not someone you want to run into, Earthshaker. He got caught in a not so great situation. Wasn't able to get the Fissure off either, but even if he did, the Darkseer would have finished him off.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
that was
attack.
Sort of an even exchange of affairs. That push went a lot better than the last one. They got themselves... Didn't Slaughter die as well? No, Slaughter got away with 15 HP. But that went better. They didn't give Wii too much farm, but they still gave them farm, and we can see the XP and gold continuing to go in favor for Team Wii. Again, does not mean good tidings for AEON at all, and they will once again unify in the middle lane as soon as they possibly can, and then push. By the looks of it, we've got Darkseid down the bottom clearing off the creep wave, and we'll have DK doing the exact same at the top. This puts a little bit of pressure on those top 2 lanes, because there are more creeps in them than the opposing team, and as a result, someone will have to eventually defend them to stop them from taking down the tower, or at least doing some damage to it. So it's a good way of distracting them. They're probably going to continue to do that until they move to one of those lanes. Dragonite, almost getting caught out there by the Windrunner, but very intelligently escaped before any serious damage can be dealt. And they're once again going for Roshan. Earthshaker taking a couple of hits there, but he should be pretty much A-okay. Where's that Slaughter? He's the one that should be taking out the hits. I think they've changed their mind because they are unifying and pushing over in the middle lane. They're not going to trade a barracks for Roshan. That's just silly. They have to defend this. I heard a Shackle. It looked like it didn't connect Frostbite, as well as a Force Staff and a Windrun to escape out of there. And how are they going to deal with this? They don't have that Aegis, which is oh so handy. We saw the last fight didn't go so well. And it looks like this middle tower is going to go down, but the fortification does pop off. Slaughter getting caught out, receiving a stun there from the Dragon Knife. There's not too much worry. a pipe charge going down in order to reduce that spell damage that Team Wii can dish out. And things are about to happen. Scream going down. Queen ulti, another stream, wall follows, but I don't think it's going to matter at all. Trying to vacuum them into the wall, but they all still die. Horrible, horrible deaths. Slarda's taking a massive amount of damage and will fall in this engagement. Echo Slam that takes out another couple of kills, and the Dragon Knight's going to be the next and final person to fall in this engagement. Good fight. Trading 1 for 4. And this is what I'm talking about, that Aegis. Imagine if they had that bit more time. If they took Roshan earlier, or if maybe AEON waited a bit for the push. They'd have the Aegis of Immortality up on that Slardar, and that would have meant that they would have traded 4 for nothing. Imagine how much success that would have meant for Team Wii. But you can't help but be happy with the way it went. Trading 1 for 4, fantastic. And AEON, I don't know how they can come back from this situation. You see, they can push, but Team Wii have so much teamfight synergy that they'll just die if they get into an engagement. And they can't split push because they'll just die outright. Because Team Wii have so much farm, they could send one hero to take care of the 1 or 2 that you might encounter pushing a lane. So, I think AEON are pretty much dead at this point, in all honesty. 20,000 XP lead for Wii, and about 12,000 gold lead. Again, it's not looking good. But they are indeed, they're going to do the only thing that they can do, which is unify over in the middle lane and push. That's their only option, their sole option. Do they have a ward here? That's a dire ward. I still wish there was a bit more. It was easier to identify whose wards were whose. So they know that they're pushing over here in this middle lane. And with Slardar now having that 8... Wait, they didn't kill Roshan, actually. I thought they did. Maybe they learned that they don't actually need to. Which... And it looks like Death Prophet currently checking, after popping off that smoke, currently checking for Roshan. They don't know that if he's there, though. They'll probably pop off. Power Shot going down just to make sure that they're not doing Roshan, and they are indeed not. And blazing down the ward to just be super duper sure. I think the reason that they didn't do Roshan is they wanted to bait AEON. Roshan would no doubt be helpful. Shackle going down, but Shackle gets through that. Poor Death Prophet, Echo Slam popping down. So much damage being dealt with the Scream of Pain coming in from the Queen of Pain. And 2 casualties have been suffered already, but Venomancer might be the first for Team Wii. Darkseer wants to try and make him escape, but nah. Not happening at all. And once again, another situation where we're trading 1 for many. In this case, Venomancer dying for... How many times has that guy died? For the 4th time. But trading 4 definitely went the way of Team Wii there. And now they're going to kill Roshan and secure another Aegis of Immortality for... What's his face? For Slardar, sorry. Now, taking a look at Queen's items, I'm going to guess she's working her way towards an Aghanim Scepter. At least judging by the ultimate. Ultimate's always used in an Aghanim Scepter, right? Let's just double check. It is not used in an Aghanim Scepter, so I am entirely wrong. I thought it was used, but nevertheless. I think I'm going to assume she's building her way into a Sheep Stick, actually. Just get another disable for her team. I was thinking Aghanims because it makes your cooldown about 40 seconds for the Scream, which is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, Scepter cooldown, 40 seconds. Imagine popping off one of those absolute rapists every 40 seconds. It would be absolutely devastating for Team AEON to deal with. However, Sheep Stick would be a little more important because it allows you to disable any important members of the opposing team, whether they be very good with utility and stun, or they just deal massive amounts of damage. Or maybe they're a pain in the ass to deal with. I can imagine Dragon Knight getting chain stun, however he does have that BKB, so it's probably not going to happen. Who else has a BKB? Looks like Rasta's going to work his way towards a BKB, so they can't pause him. So that means he can Shackle, pop off a Shackle, which is, again, rank 1 of Shackle? Come on, man. 2.5 seconds is a nice stun, but look at that 4.75 second stun. But then again, I'd say a Hex and the Shock is a bit more important because it allows you to continue to do damage. Continue to help out, rather, while Shackle is a channeled spell and you can't actually do anything while using it. Anyone else have a BKB? No. What is the plate mail used in? I should really be looking at these things outside, huh? Not while in the game. It's a learning experience for both me and the viewers. And hopefully that doesn't get annoying. I'm somewhat surprised Team Wii aren't pushing a bit harder, considering they're in a commanding lead, 40 kills to 14. Taking a look at the golds, 15,000 gold lead and a 30,000 XP lead. Can they lose from this commanding position? The answer is no. It seems they're going to stick with defending. All of a sudden, the Slaughter jumping in, but he has that Aegis. He doesn't matter if he almost gets taken down. Dragon Knight getting right-clicked the hell down with an amplified damage. Queen jumping in with the BKB being popped off, doing off a scream, popping off a scream, which secures a kill. Vacuum going down is not going to be enough to... Slaughter gets taken down, but the Aegis of Immortality is going to allow him to survive, with a fish going on, hitting the Osa4 Crystal Maiden, and a nice little Echo Slam doing massive amounts of damage. Darkseid going to Portal Lab, it's not going to be enough. Echo Slam, Earthshaker falls in the meantime, while Death Prophet now runs for her very life. And Queen of Pain securing herself a nice, delicious, and also tasty cripple kill with the Crystal Maiden porting out of there just in time. Rasta also luckily was in the completely opposite lane, but Windrunner, despite being very low on health, wants to pick up the kill, force-staffing in there, popping off the sheep stick, and just sort of doing the right-click damage. But the Hex goes down there, followed by a Ward Trap, and Slaughter comes in. Is the Windrunner going to escape? She's so low in health, tries to shackle, and does do it just for long enough in order to secure the kill there. But Rasta does fall as a result. But right now, I feel that Team Wii should be pushing because, as I've said before, they're in a commanding lead. I can't blame them for farming, as Artosis, a very well-known, very famous, and absolutely fantastic commentator for StarCraft 2, oh so eloquently said, when you're ahead, get more ahead. And that's exactly what Team Wii are doing. However, you sort of don't need it. I mean, comparing this to StarCraft 2, this is like getting more expansions when you've just destroyed all of your enemy's drones. They're on 2 expansions, one of them is mined out completely, and they have about 40 supply. This is like taking another 3 expansions, like, well, I'm so far ahead, I have 5 bases, they have 2, one of them's mined out, they have no drones, they have no army, I've destroyed all of their tech. I think I might try and get more ahead, because I don't want to lose this. You're gonna win. You can A-click with all of your drones. This is sort of what, like, this is similar to what Team Wii is doing right now. It's unnecessary getting ahead. And the main reason it's unnecessary is because it's actually boring. There's not much to commentate going on right now. It's fairly dull. Yeah. I don't know why they're not pushing. You may as well. You can't lose in this situation. But again, they are fighting for a spot in the Dota 2 International, which will be airing sometime in August, I believe, over in Seattle. $1 million tournament, so I guess they want to guarantee this isn't just a ladder game in StarCraft. This is a battle to secure a place in the International, which has a top prize of $1 million, as I said a few moments ago. So I can't really blame them for, you know, being super sure, because you really want that spot no matter what. And they're going to use this Queen of Pain as bait right now with the Smoke of the Sea going on everyone except for her. They're going to move. They're going to think, oh, easy kill. Or are they? Are they that foolish? I don't think they would ever think that they'd just send someone on their own like that. They've never done it before. And indeed, they are not going to take the bait. Team Wii are just going to hide in the sidelines amongst the trees here, waiting for someone to get a little bit too close, and Slaughter TP's in. Not TP. Shackle going down, getting Shackle to a creep, followed by a massive Echo Slam and a Scream. So much AoE damage being dealt. The wards have been popped. It's not going to be enough. Dragon Knight now running for his life with the Darkseid taking so much damage. The wall getting popped off just before he dies, and the Dragon Knight is still also low with an amplified damage, getting taken down in short, quick, and efficient manner. Trading 4 kills for none. That's definitely good, and they don't even care that they're getting attacked by the tower. They've got so much farm, they've got so much AP, they're so far ahead that the T2 tower does nothing. Team AEON are going to pop up a glorious fortification. It's not going to be enough. It does not matter in the slightest. They're just going to tank the damage and kill the tower. And they're probably going to secure themselves a barracks with 4 out of 5 of AEON dead. They can easily take down this tower and get a Rax. And after that, they'll probably move down to the bottom lane or the top lane and get off more barracks, because there's nothing that AEON can do. Even if the whole team was there was nothing that they could do. Look at this. The tier 3 or tier 4 towers, would you call them tier 4 towers? Yeah, tier 4 towers doing practically no damage. That's how far ahead. And I just want to gander over to the XP, 40,000 XP advantage, as well as a 20,000 gold lead, 14 Wii. They are so far ahead, there is no way they can lose this battle. And they're going to indeed, after taking the 2 barracks over in the middle lane. They're going to move their way to the bottom lane and take down the tower first, as it's somehow still standing. They'll take down that tier 2 tower, then make their way over to the tier 3 tower and take the barracks. Or are they seriously retreating? Come on, man, just kill the barracks. This is unnecessary. You're so far ahead. You've got almost 50 kills to their 16. You have a 40,000 experience advantage and a 20,000 gold advantage. You don't need to farm, you just need to kill them. Come on, Team Wii. You've got the entire map. You've got expansions everywhere. You've got a 200 army, 3+3 upgrades, all max tier units. You've got an entire army of broodlords. Actually, that could just be countered by a bunch of Vikings. You've got broodlords and infestors. You've got nothing to worry about. Just kill them. They don't even have workers. Come on, guys. Just kill them. Stop farming. This is unnecessary. It's so unnecessary. Oh well, I guess it can't be helped, can it? They could just split push. They could send 2 people to the top and 2 or 3 people at the bottom. Maybe they'll send 1 to the mid just to get a couple of kills. Or maybe do some damage to the towers here. But it seems they're going to unify over the top lane and push down here, while AEON are just sitting back, because there's not much they can do. They could try pushing, but they know that that will just delay the inevitable. Absolutely know that that will delay the inevitable. And Team AEON are gonna, Team Wii rather, gonna take down this top tower, the tier 2 tower over in the top lane, easy peasy. And Team AEON are now unifying over the top. Want to get a bit of defense, popping down a sentry ward just to make sure they don't pop off the dust and try and sneak by. And AEON, come on, Wii, don't back off. You don't have to back off. You can win this engagement. I hope they're not waiting for Roshan. If they're waiting for Roshan, that's just a bit ridiculous. I actually think they are waiting for Roshan. Here's a Reaver. What does a Reaver build into? Oh, he's going for a heart. Yes, he's going for a Heart of Tarask. Now that's going to be a pain in the ass to deal with. If you don't know what a Heart of Tarask does, well, its main feature is regenerating 2% of your HP every second. Of course, this gets disabled if you get attacked by Roshan or an enemy hero, but 2% of 3,000 XP every second. That means towers do no damage to him, because towers don't stop the regen, only heroes and Roshan. That's going to mean certain death for AEON. I'm guessing that's what they're farming. At least that's what Slardar's farming towards before they engage. Not that they need it, but hey, just want to guarantee that victory because 10 expansions and so forth. Enough StarCraft analogies. Enough StarCraft analogies. And enough dead air, as a matter of fact. No speaking is bad, bad, bad. If only I had a co-commentator to banter with. But alas, I'm actually happy doing this on my own for the time being while I practice my commentating abilities. It's an oh so enjoyable experience. I'm happy there are people watching and enjoying these games, and hopefully with every game I can improve everything, or at least improve as many things as possible and make it even better. Unfortunately, I can't do any streaming. I'd like to. There are some sort of low, I don't want to say low, but just small tournaments that go on that need commentators. I would love to commentate them, but living in Australia means my internet's awful. I've got a 50 gigabyte limit every month. It's awful, and my upload speed is 0.85 megabits per second. Remember, that is megabits, not megabytes, and you need a 1 megabit is an eighth of a megabyte. So I've got, 100 kilobyte upload speed. So uploading these videos to YouTube takes all day, and it's so sad. It is so sad. It makes me want to cry. God damn you, Australia. As much as I love this country, the internet's just awful. I'd love to move to Sweden, but nevertheless. Actually, I'm pretty happy here. I just wish the net was better. There are probably some better deals out there that I can capitalize on, actually take advantage of, which I should do. Hopefully should be getting switched to a new deal soon, a new line soon, which means I get 200 gigabytes. And that means, of course, glorious, glorious things. That means I can upload more videos and possibly do streaming if my upload rate isn't awful. I don't think I can do streaming on 1 megabit a second. I really don't think so. And Team Wii are finally going to push this bottom lane after so much waiting and farming. Does he have that Heart of Tarask? He does indeed. And of course he has Rashawn's Aegis of Immortality. And the Dragon Knight's just going to die a horrible death because there's absolutely nothing he can do. Amplify damage, shackle, stuns, death. He has a Heart of Tarask. He has nothing to worry about. 3,400 HP. And watch what happens when he doesn't take any damage. Look at that health HP regen. 78 regen per second. What the Christ? What the hell's happening? Stuff is being done. Oh. Sorry, I almost coughed then. Horribly. Damage is being dealt. Lots of AoE damage is being dealt. AEON are dying. That's what's going to happen. There's not much point in comment. They're actually getting awfully low on HP. And Slaughter doesn't give a crap. He has that Aegis of Immortality, which is pretty much, again, it's immortality. He doesn't need to worry about dying. He'll pop back, and now he's going to take the 2 kills there on the Death Prophet and the Darkseer. Or maybe not. He's going to back on the tower. He may as well. He's going to blink in, do some pounding there on the Death Prophet, smack her down, getting the Hex off, and Darkseer's going to try and run away, but with that... Is he going to get away? Actually, he will indeed. Darkseer tries to vacuum them into the fountain, but does not succeed. And this is, as if it didn't already look like GG 20 minutes ago, it's looking like GG as of this very moment. And they're gonna move their way over to the top lane, to the top tower and the top barracks and take that down. If they back off and farm some more, I actually don't know what to say. It'd be absolutely ridiculous. I just go, come on guys, just kill him. Score him. But thankfully, they're not backing off to farm. They're just going to run in there and kill the tower. A bit of damage being dealt there on the Slaughter. He blinks. Where the hell did he go? Did he blink? He couldn't have blunked. Couldn't have blinked. I'm sorry. Popping off a pipe, absorbing a little bit of AoE damage on the creeps. It does not matter at all. Please just go kill the barracks. The creep. Look, the towers are almost dead. Just go kill them. Team Wii, please do it. And they are adhering to my wishes, as it's seen. Slaughter blinking in, getting off a nice crush with a scream coming in from the Queen of Pain, doing loads of damage. It's called Sonic Wave, not Scream. Scream is the other one. That's the Scream. It's this ability. Can I both call them? I guess I can't. And the GGs are coming in from Team AEON. They've finally given up. We have finally delivered the killing blow. GG well played all around. And we just want to... They don't care, they just want to kill these barracks and take down these towers. Which is exactly what they're doing, something they should have done a while ago, but we'll deal with it. We shall deal with it indeed. And the final barracks have fallen over in the top lane. More GGs going out for all. Was a good game indeed. Admittedly, it should have ended earlier. Ooh, my throat is oh so dry. I'm going to drink a lot of water after this cast. It's going to be fantastic.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And the final tower will fall for these poor bastards.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And are they gonna come on? Just kill the ancient. Don't go to the fountain. You don't need to go to the fountain. Just kill him. Christ. Just gonna power shot in there. There's only one person remaining anyway. And we have finally secured the victory, winning the best of 3, securing the third game, as a matter of fact. And moving up in the tournament for the Dota 2 International East Qualifiers. They are, of course, fighting for a place in the Dota 2 International, the $1 million Dota 2 tournament, which will be airing, I think, August 21st. But nevertheless, the game has finally ended. My name has been Toshley, and I will see you in the next random set that I will cast. Actually, I should add note to that. I'm not doing this in any order. I'm just commentating random sets from the Dota 2 International. If they release DreamHack replays, I might commentate the ones in order that Toby didn't do. Or I might commentate them all because I want the practice and it's really fun. But nevertheless, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.